working day, of course. And over here to start off with, we've got, of course, GB Rail Freight Class 66, number 66761, of course. Wensleydale Railway Association, and of course it's dotted for its containers on which make up a more or less a full-size GB Rail Freight. Formation. Of course, 66761 has passed the milestone of 4 months for longest lasting, longest working low emission variant class 66 on my model railway. Last time for people who did all this live, I did this live, of course. I have, of course, done a little bit of difference to layout, which, of course, is not having containers stacked all along this front bit and having them stacked over there instead. Of course, it doesn't mean any difference that this is not being used as a container port when it actually is. That one is, and of course that one's using a mixture. It also gives me a little bit more being able to see the train going past as well. And hello to everybody welcoming aboard. And of course on this live stream on this fine morning or afternoon. On this fine afternoon. You can see the class 66 is of course trundling along very nicely, even though it was being a little bit, the trucks were being a little bit of a pain in the bum yesterday when I was doing a little bit of model railway stuff yesterday. So, of course, we will now quickly get this train to a stop, which, of course, means slowing the train down. Of course, what we're going to do is, of course, bring out 66004. Because, of course, I wanted to give something for the for a lot of the other trains. Heard Boom Blaster has just arrived. Oh. Yes, this is what I'm talking about when the train was being a little bit of a pain in the bum.
This is Capital Chill.
Yeah.
Non-stop chill beats.
Got it. Move a little bit forward. Had a little bit of a boost. An accidental boost of that. There we go. Train's now in the corner, so I'll put that there so I can start processing. Of course, at the moment, 66724 Drugs Power Station is, of course, being mended by the Pure Scale team. So hopefully at some point they'll be back onto where we've worked and hopefully we'll be working fine. I don't know how long that will be, because it's the first time I'm trusting the Pure Scale to fix the train, but as I said before, I am not trusting the Pure Scale ever again when it comes to locomotives, because it's obviously they're easily breakable. Bit annoying, and that is annoying when it does.
Get that Toyota electric feeling. Visit your nearest
Really
Toyota
annoying.
centre. Price from 34495. Available on Toyota PCP when financed through Toyota Financial Services by 30th of June 2026. Optional final payment indemnities may be required. See website T's and C's apply. Alright, we've got Simon on the line. Simon, young people, they're just all a bit...
I'm sorry, I didn't want to hear all this advert.
Some say young people are workshop.
Come on, work properly, come on.
Jacob's Bites. Crunchy, thin and full of flavour. A different kind of cracker from Jacob's. Now in the cracker aisle.
And it's starting to rain.
More non-stop chill beats.
How's
This is Capital Chill.
British weather. As you can see, I love to put containers as a tower. Careful. Locking that train up. Of course, whilst that train's unlocked, I will now, of course, start creating my formation that I'm creating for the 66 by Kirsta, which is the Climate Hero. As I said, any Class 66s that I get in the future, they'll all be back in the next generation. To Lilith, that is right. Like I was saying, the Kirsta sadly cannot be trusted in how they make how they wire their locomotives. Because the thing is if you're trying to do something to it, it happens to be right on top of the train's power source, and it basically does something to how the whole train works, and then when it goes from tracks and starts doing things, it will start making those jerky things. Of course, don't get that with Batman, but the thing is that Batman makes that stuff a lot more better. Including when you look at the low emission variant locomotives with roof panels. Just need to go and get. But yeah, definitely enjoy using these, and they're the better trains compared to the other 66 I got, whether it's detail or running. So yeah, how the other one got broke was that the roof was off, and so I was of course using the wrong glue, which made a little bit of a mess on 66 724, but it didn't just do that. On the top, of course, was the power source. So I guess when accidentally pressing down on it, it basically did something to the cords as well, and the electric started going dodgy inside the train. So that means that climate here, the Kirsta is not trusted, and that when it comes back, 66724 and 66004 will be the only Class 66 by the Kirsta on my model railway, because 66004 is best working, I guess. Since I've had it for, there'll be 2 years when it comes all the way to June, July time, but the 10-year 664, if it happens that those trains didn't go dodgy, that's 66.
This is Capital Chill.
That's 66, 724 will be running properly. 66, 414 would still be on my model railway, along with 66724 and 66415. You Are Never Alone would still be working, so I would have had all Kirsta low emission variants, one Batman next generation low emission variant, and then all the rest would be the standard variants of Batman's old generation with Kirsta. So that said, I need to continue. Of course, I'm creating a multimodal container train, so start big with these multimodal ones. Probably have a small layout. Sealand, do that. Take the Ocean Network Express reefer container as well. So other containers will include, we'll put submarine, have the dial on that end. Have a China shipping. Extra Mediterranean Shipping Company. Say that's about it really. This one.
This is Capital Chill.
Okay, that's that. Hello to Rescue Cat, who has arrived. Okay, we will now start getting the train underway. Yeah, like I said, flawless, almost 2 years of active service from 66004.
Non-stop chilled beats.
And as you can see, the train is working flawlessly, but like I said, with the 66s by Cure scale, I think the thing that went wrong with their trains is, of course, the wiring and where they more or less put where the power sources are. Like I said, otherwise 66415 You Are Never Alone would be still working properly. The 66724 would be still working properly, but also the detailing would have needed to be a lot better with the roof panel, the black roof panel on the top with trains, and of course 66414 would also be working on a model railway. So yeah, as I said, a curious scale can be a hit or miss. And as I said, to be fair, they lose to the slightly more expensive Batman branch line. Next generation of trains, and that's the low emission ones. So as I said, any future trains would be Batman for 66s. So any trailers I show up with the Cure Scale trains are only for your benefit, and only to show you the detail and all that. Not from the pictures the Cure Scale more or less shown. It's sad. This also absolutely annoying. But of course, for trains like 66004, it is prospering, and I hope that 66724, the only Cure Scale low emission variant I will ever have that works on a model railway, will follow the same ways. So as I said, I'm being very delicate with my Cure Scale locomotive. Yeah, that's about right, isn't it? How the hell is that going around the corner like that? How can it possibly go around the corner like that? Okay, so that's that one. So of course multi-modals I only show with GB Rail Freight double-headed because of course the traction is it's alright, but it's not as good as so that's for heavy stuff like the Mega Freight Wagon, so I usually have to double-head it with another train, double-head it with a new generation low emission at the front and a standard old generation at the back behind it. Meanwhile, the Curacao ones don't need another train because that's the only other thing they've done well in is the constructive effort. But the thing is that all the stuff they thought of, they didn't all focus on where to put the wiring and all that lot in. The wiring, the power source, where to put their power sources. This show should have thought about their trains a lot more carefully. Actually, you need to put a little bit more research into it. As I said, Batman's one hole. That is it with basically have no trouble whatsoever. Of course, try and bring out 66-4, 66-422. That of course resurrected direct rail services on the Locomotive Railway. Of course, it's been helpful on the Tesco trains and of course some general intermodals of its own, of course, Freightliner. So let's start loading the one for Freightliner then. So, well, it's for direct rail services, but Okay, I'm now moving train.
This is Capital Chill.
Right, now I'm ready to go again, so here we go. Oh yeah, I forgot position. Yeah, about right in it. So of course there's a train, and here goes the thing where it starts to derail. About right in it. Can't even get the train right. If it doesn't like it the other way, it derails, and when the train derails, and when the train
This is Capital Chill.
and it just couples itself. Yep, about right in it. Come on. You can stop this. You can stop this. Hello to plumbing and hand drying with Sigma as well. think I got the trim working fine now. Heritage vehicles and more. No, it is not an Acura Scale Class 66. This is a Batman Next Generation Class 66. Says I used the Acura Scale 66004 for the first time on the live stream in a very long while. And thank you very much. It is a lot better than the Acura Scale trains because the Acura Scale trains can be faulty with the wiring and of course having where their power sources are, whereas these trains are way more better. You've even found they're actually more realistic now than what they were before. And of course, even though it's got a bit of a slightly weaker tractive effort, the train is definitely a lot better in many ways. And I started off with a GB Ralph a GB rail freight Batman Next Generation, which of course I got two others, as you can see, 667, 61, 66, 777 and S. And I'm more of a diesel person than a steam person, but I do like, of course, have of course some of the a very wide collection of steam locomotives, as you can see in the back. Oh, hook fault. Oh dear. Before I use that train again, I'm going to need to find where the hook's gone, because the hook element's just come off. Like that. Thank you very much. Of course, I've also got more of these traces. As I said, I do like, of course, add in, of course, some of course add and go, come and go, but of course sometimes you have to lose a train or two in order to gain others. As I said, late 2025, 2026 was of course known as the Class 66 project, which was supposed to be cure scale, but they all turned into Batman ones. Being more reliable to run, and yeah, way more best to move around. And of course, some of these the trains I've got, of course, that are Class 66s have already been like re-geared into 66-6s, which of course those I call low emission plus variants, because of it being low emission plus their power to move. It is this one is a smooth runner, but smoothest happens to be its sister, the Wensleydale Railway Association. That's the smooth runner, but the smoothest runner. But yeah, 66777 is of course one as well. But of course, on the back I had to glue back a rotating axle box because of it. It kept coming off. But the thing was that it meant they would be glued permanently and immobile from rotator. But all the others rotate perfectly and they haven't fallen out. And all the others on the other trains have been fine as well, so. As I said, if you ask which one's my favourite variant over the standard and the low emission of the Class 66, it has to be the low emission ones with the big square grills. It just feels bigger than the other Class 66s. And those trains are like 66777, 761, Ah, yeah, so you like your older classics. As I say, I've got more than just the classic 6. I had the 59 from 2023, the class 60 from 2022 or 23, and then of course 7811 from 2024.
This is Capital Chill.
Yeah, that is great that you like class 66 and 67s. Because 66s are definitely great. 67s, they're a lot faster. They can go 125 miles an hour like a class 43 high speed train. That they seem to be more like for tours and transport for Wales, away from freight. So yeah, that about wraps up today. So I hope you liked this episode of my Model Railways Live. Oh yeah, I also had a Class 68 as well. I had it as a model, but I got rid of it, which sadly made direct rail services thought to be extinct on my model railway. I had 68004 Rapid, and of course I used it for lots of intermodals and passenger services. That's what I used it for. Sorry, I only had one. But yeah, it about wraps it up for today. So I hope you like it. So if you like this video, remember to like, subscribe, and to hit that notification bell so you never miss any future uploads. And don't forget to look at my other model railway content, which of course features these class 66s. Of course you'll find the class 68 and a few others as well. So with that said, and also hello to Christopher Thompson. So with that said, with all the trains I've used, and of course to all the steam trains are in the back, thank you for watching my X-Files, and I will see you again next time. Slugheads!
This is Capital Chill.